Hey, what's up you guys? It's Savannah, and today I'm going to be continuing my design in the Glade of Trust. We are going for a Princess and the Frog inspired design, all about Tiana over here in the Glade. So we're just going to be transforming the swamp. Now, I started laying out the path for this biome in my pathing video, and a lot of you guys liked the style of that decorating video with a lot of detailed inspiration as to why I'm doing the things I'm doing. So we're gonna try to continue that today. And I got a lot of questions about trees and plants and how you can lay out foliage in the biome and arrange your trees so that they're not in the way, but the biome feels full and lush. And also how you can come up with a color palette to design the entire biome, what foliage you should be using, and yeah, so we're gonna get into all of that today. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. I think first of all, we need to kind of just do a little run around the biome because I have added a few things since you guys have last seen this. So just coming down the incline here from the peaceful meadow, I ended up adding in this truck next to Goofy's. I'm kind of still playing with the path layout. We might have to extend the path a little bit here just to make sure we have enough room to give Goofy a really nice yard. But the concept I'm gonna go for here is that Goofy is Goofy runs the stalls all around the valley. So I feel like he needs to be loading up his truck and driving to all the different parts of the valley to stock his stalls. So I want to do something like that in front of Goofy's yard, kind of like a farmer's market kind of vibe. So we're gonna need to come up with something there. Now over here we have Donald's boat, of course, which since it's in the water, there's not too much we can do to decorate around it, but we will add a little something something. Now I have Moana dancing in front of Tiana's house, in front of this little pond. I kind of want to surround this with some frogs, or maybe just have the two frogs here, kind of like Tiana and Naveen are chilling at the little pond there. So we're gonna do something like that. Continuing on this way, I would like to have a little area for the companion, this little dapper croc I placed at this little bayou companion house. Looks so cute. Across the bridge here, this is where I've been working the most lately, and you guys will not have seen how I did all the pathing and everything over here since the last video. We of course have Tiana's palace. I ended up using these glowing green fences on either side just to kind of add to the bayou vibes, the frog vibes, all of that. So we have that in front of Tiana's. We have a little host stand out front. And then on the side, I was gonna add some seating, but then, I remembered I have these really cute rocking chairs. Those, along with these little firefly lamps, as well as this little butterfly pond, I kind of feel like this is just a very chill spot. It reminds me of the outside of a Cracker Barrel or something like that. And I want to make this little nook next to Tiana's more of a dedication to Ray and Evangeline from Princess and the Frog, the little fireflies that are in love. I think that would be so cute to have a little area for the two of them. So I'm thinking we need to put some beignets on the little counter here, and that would be super cute. Now transitioning this way, we have the trolley station. I don't know if I want to put seating around the fountain. It might get a little too cramped for me to be running around, but I think that would be super cute. So we have the trolley station. I used this rocky terrain path as kind of my bridge, a little little pedestrian crosswalk here on the trolley track. So we're gonna need to fill this all up with decorations. It took me a while to grind materials to make all these little train tracks, and I actually did not end up putting them under the actual trolleys. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I could maybe go back and add them later, but I am low on tropical wood at the moment, and that is something you need to craft those with. So we're gonna need to spruce up the path a little bit on this side as well, and just transition this area around the well. I think it makes a lot of sense for me to arrive at the trolley station at the little well here. So we have that going for us here. And then I don't know what to do with this area here. We might just kind of fill it up with trees, but we have Tiana's little water tower here. And then this is going to be more of like the town market kind of vibes. So we have the little apartment building, the flower shop, Beast's flower stall, Tiana's stall. I need to buy those beignets. And then we have this cute little like riverside house here. So that is that. Not much going on in front of Mama G's house here. I do have Goofy's stall here. I don't think I had Goofy's house originally down here, but now it might make more sense to move Goofy's stall to be over by Goofy's house, but I do kind of like it tucked away next to Mama G's house there, and there's not a whole lot of space to work with as far as decorating there. We have the little Jungle Cruise boat, and then we have the Haunted Mansion over here, as well as Mickey's house. And I don't really know what to do with Mickey's house either. I've kind of been thinking maybe we move Wally's garden from the meadow down here, but I think then I really won't harvest anything from it. I think I need to keep Wally's garden either in my meadow or the plaza, because those are the biomes I'm in the most. So yeah. Oh, another thing is I started adding in some little details to the gazebo, and I kind of wanted to be like everyone's out here hustling and working in the swamp. So, you know, Tiana has a restaurant, Goofy has his little market set up, and then I want to have some cute little areas where villagers can be like out here trying to make some money. So we have a little painting area, like maybe you get a little caricature drawn up of yourself. And then in here, I added a painting table as my crafting station, and then a cute little just guitar and like chair here, because I thought it would be cute to see like villagers chilling over here while I am painting. So that is the idea there. So I think you're pretty much all caught up to speed here now. So let's get started here. I think I'm gonna start by finishing up the path over here. This section is looking just a little bit awkward because it is quite narrow here. So let's extend this. If you missed kind of like the part 1 of this video where I went over all about pathing, how I make pathing, and kind of my design decisions for that process, I would definitely recommend you check that out. Can I grab this? It might be too close to the pond. It is. So let's see. This might not work out perfectly. I think if I extend that, is that okay? That might be okay. That might be okay going under the tracks a little bit. I actually don't mind how that looks. Let's take away a little section there. And then we're gonna extend the path here so that it kind of matches the one over here. So let's start by extending these bits, and let's see, how much space did I actually leave? Okay, so we're gonna stop one short here. Let's take that out. And then we'll bring this and this over. And we're gonna be getting into discussing all about like trees in this video, foliage. That was a topic that you guys really wanted me to chat about in this next kind of like longer design video. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for all of the feedback on the pathing video. I really enjoyed making it for you guys, and I wasn't sure how it would do, if you guys would like it, but it seemed like a lot of people actually found it quite helpful and wanted something, you know, more like that in the future. So I'm so excited about that, because I had a lot of fun making that video, and that's the kind of content that I want to make and I want to watch when I'm playing. So that was quite cool to find that a lot of you guys kind of felt the same way. So more to come. I was kind of always like feeling like I needed to make speed builds for decorating because that's what a lot of people do, but I just don't like editing speed builds personally, so we're just gonna call these slow builds, okay? We are in no rush. We are taking our time, and this is a slow build. So here we go. All right, so that's looking a lot better there. Now, let's get into talking about trees and placing them, and also coming up with your kind of like color palette for the biome, because you'll notice, so like for an area like my forest here, I use a lot of the same landscaping items. I pretty much choose a set of items and then I just copy and paste and put them all over in different positions and kind of like spread it out so it doesn't feel too repetitive. You want it to feel natural at the end of the day. So take inspiration from actual nature. How do you see plants when you go outside, when you look at photos online? What do they look like? Are they perfect bushes all laid out in a row? That could work for designs too, but for me, I typically like the things to feel more organic, more natural, more spread around, and that to me feels a bit more realistic. So I will pretty much go through the biome and look at like the natural rock colors we have. So for an area like the forest, we have this dark green, we have this kind of like cool toned rock color, but then I also had mixed in things like the Dreamlight fruit trees, which have a lot of blue tones in them, so I thought it would be fun to mix in some of these ever after trees and shrubs. So we have things like this mixed in. I also mixed in these taller blue trees. I also knew I wanted to add a lot of pops of red in the biome because a lot of the Mulan decorations showcase the color red. So I mixed in some red trees to go with the red lanterns and just kind of make all that feel cohesive. And then, of course, we have the cherry blossoms everywhere. So it's kind of just up to you. If you want the biome to have a spooky feel, add spooky decor, add the little thorn bushes, add some dark purple trees, add some dead looking trees, and just kind of go from there. And you can always tweak as necessary if you feel you need to. So that's just a little helpful bit about that. Now, if we look somewhere like over here in my meadow, this section I've done, which I'm still kind of workshopping, you can see I went for much more of the brighter greens in this area. And then I've also been adding in a bunch of flowers because I want this to have a fairy like Pixie Hollow kind of theme. I want all of the bushes and trees I'm mixing in from Storybook Vale to blend with everything. So a lot of what I've laid out alongside the path kind of matches these orange trees, the blue in the trees, the mushrooms. Everything just kind of starts to work together. So hopefully that kind of helps. I think as you see me trying to figure out the color palette for the Glade down here, it might make a little bit more sense. And this is, as always, just what I think looks good to my eye, but you could feel totally differently. You could do something that totally doesn't even suit the biome, but I like to take a lot of inspiration from the natural biome I'm in most typically, I feel. So let's get started here. I did already try to start pulling out some landscaping items, so I know I'm going to keep using these rocky terrain paths because I can't get enough of them now that I have started using them, and now that I can angle them. I never liked this item before we could angle it. It just always looked too severe and like it never looked natural to me. Now I feel like it's a lot easier to make it look natural, especially when you layer over top these little clusters of rocks and things. So I started adding in some foliage around Tiana's place. So I added in some pops of purple, like this little flower here and the butterfly flowers, just because there are a lot of the butterfly flowers in the cat cattails all around the biome naturally, so it makes sense that they would continue in my build too. I also added in, I believe a bunch of these are Glade of Trust things, so that can be a helpful little tidbit for you as well as you're going through here. Like, things that are labeled for the biomes kind of naturally already work there, and that could be a helpful starting point for you too. So Glade of Trust, pretty much always gonna look good in the Glade of Trust. Now, that's not to say you can't use items from other biomes. Like you saw before, I used Ever After stuff in both my meadow and my forest, and the way you just make that work is by continuing to use it. The more you put, the more it starts to feel like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That totally doesn't look out of place, and nothing looks weird. Like, everything kind of blends. So I'm pretty sure I used a bunch of the Glade of Trust rocks, the rock rug. I believe this is a Glade of Trust little shrub, and I don't know, would there be anything else I might want to add into the path? Maybe glowing mushrooms? These are really nice. They do go with the swamp look, but I am kind of using those a lot in my meadow as well. That can be another thing, is sometimes I don't want to use items that I'm using kind of in the next biome over, just to kind of make it feel like the spaces are really different. Something like this, I feel, works because the biome has a lot of the pinks and purples from the butterfly flowers and the glowing lily pads, so I think something like that could work. But, like, you know, maybe the cactus is not the best choice, but, you know, again, it depends on what kind of vibe you're trying to make in the area. You know, stuff like the orange, not really my faves down here. I would like to stick more with like cool tones. That could be really helpful too, like understanding color palettes. You could even like go online and look up color palettes for a swamp if you really want to. I'm sure you could find something. Look at an actual swamp, see what kind of colors are being used down there. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I might want to use. We could mix in like these dark purple rocks, but I kind of do like to stick with just the rocks that I feel really match the biome, which I think are the Glade of Trust rocks. I know, revolutionary. I know. What can I say? So we'll use those. I think we also might want to grab, if I haven't already, some of the little rocks. I think I put one here. Yeah, the rocks like this are quite helpful too for like covering up the edges of the path. I am also careful about how I place certain foliage like around the river, because this is not a rock that you can step on, but you can step on, you know, the little pebble clusters. You can step over the ferns. So that's another thing to kind of consider as you're placing your items, is like, don't play yourself. Don't put things that are going to be in your way later, because it's just going to drive you bananas. So maybe we'll put this like by the house. I don't really want to cover the companion house. Maybe we'll just slide that over, and then we could always add like the little rock rug here, and that could be a really nice transition. So we can just add in some of these up to our little Dapper Croc's house. So cute, real simple, just like that. I don't know if there's any other like little accessories I might want to add around the croc house. I don't know if we need it. I don't know if there's actually anything I would even want to add. I don't know. What do crocodiles play with? Don't answer that. I don't want to know, actually. I don't want to know. They're pretty terrifying. All right, let's move this out of the way. We might not need that. I think I'm gonna just make this path a little bit bigger, because why not? So we'll just kind of clean this up a bit, make it a little bigger, so it's, you know, just gives us a little bit more room. Now, as you're pulling out your foliage, your rocks, all the little like low ground things you're gonna add, you also of course want to be considering trees. So for the glade here, I'm gonna be using a bunch of the swamp trees. You can see a few I've already selected, but you could try all different things. I've used trees like these down here in the glade. I wouldn't use these with the design we're doing now, but before I had kind of like a dark, very like weird woodland area over here. I don't even remember. Something like that, but I had like Lady Tremaine's house down here, and I had like a bunch of pops of red, and it had a totally different vibe. So it really depends on what you want to do, but I think for now we're gonna primarily be using these big swamp trees and also these little small willow trees. And that's something to consider too, is the trees, you know, that are huge, like these big swamp trees, can really start to get in your way. So what I typically like to do when I'm placing trees is kind of frame the houses, actually, or frame the buildings. And you can kind of look at it as like, if you were to take a photo, where is there negative space that I don't like? And what I mean by negative space is open areas that I think that would be better with some more items. So for me, looking at this, I don't know if I really want to see Remy or Scrooge's place up on the right in the sunlit. So we might want to add a tree that would kind of conceal that. We might also want to add a tree in the back right next to Tiana's. I know there's a mining node there, so that could get a little tricky, but we might just want to fill it in so it feels a little bit more lush. So let's see what we can do there. And then I'll show you a few more examples of that, like around Goofy's house. And I mean, we're gonna do as much of the biome as we can today. So let's see. See, back here is kind of tricky because there's that mining spot, but I wonder if we can fit a tree to the left of the mining node that won't be too much in the way. Yeah, maybe something like that. And I try not to have it clipping into the buildings, but if it does, that's kind of just the way it goes. I don't think I have enough room to get back there. That might be fine, though. So see how it filled in that negative space that was here where that rock was? And then if we go back into camera mode just with that tree, I feel like you'll already start to see a big difference in what I mean. Also, like, there's that red tree I have in sunlit, which has more of like a warm tone color palette. Wally, I was like, oh my gosh, what is that little thing? It's Wally sticking his little boot up for us. Okay, so I think we need to add more trees in on the side. This is something I've also been trying to do, is like kind of cover up, it's, I don't know, like transitioning in between the biomes, which I think is maybe a topic for a whole nother video. But see how I put these large swamp trees at the entrance of the glade, and they kind of cover up whatever's going on in the meadow. Like, I kind of don't want to see what's happening in the meadow because I feel like it's a totally different vibe up there, and it just, I don't know, it clashes with what we have going on down here. So let's pop this big tree down here too, move that, and nestle that in right there, and that hides a lot more of what's going on in the peaceful meadow. That can also be helpful for things like dream snaps when you don't want to see like what's going on up there so much. It can kind of help to like blend everything together. You can see I added trees around Goofy's house too. I'm not sure if this cocoa bean tree is gonna stay. I actually placed it there because I was trying to hide the ancient vacuum behind this truck. I've been trying to hide the ancient vacuums in the biomes a little bit more because they just really have been sticking out and noticeable in a way I don't like. So I kind of felt like putting that cocoa bean tree kind of perfectly covered up the vacuum there. So I still kind of tweaking that to be to my liking. All right, so let's take a look in our camera here again, because this is an area that I would probably like to use as a dream snap at some point, just because Tiana's restaurant is really pretty and could be useful. So I think we still need a tree in the front, like this little corner here. And then maybe kind of in the back, kind of by the trolley station would be good. But I don't know how much room I've really left for myself there. I also try to keep my trees placed on the outskirts of the builds. I don't usually like to put a ton of trees like all up in the front, because they kind of get in your way. And I don't like having to run all around the trees or have them be in my way. So I just added that tree there, and I think that already makes a lot of difference. Oh, I just noticed these trees have like wisterias or something hanging down. Actually, I think these kind of look like the trees that are in like Savannah, Georgia, that have like the big, I don't know what they're called. The things that are like hanging down the sides of the trees. They kind of look like big spider webs or something. I don't know. Yeah, I still don't like seeing that red tree up there. It's not a huge deal, but yeah, if I was taking a picture, I would kind of like stand somewhere where maybe you don't see it. Like maybe a spot here, like on the bridge where you don't see it as much. Something like that would probably be better. Now, going back to like covering up negative space, filling the negative space. We have quite a bit of negative space on the left-hand side here by that trolley track. That's where I would want to add some more plants if we could. So we're kind of looking like maybe a tree right here, or maybe over here. The thing with these swamp trees is that they're actually quite huge, so they take up a lot of space on the ground, and I have not left much space over there for trees. But this is kind of my process. I'll place like the buildings first, I'll do my path, and then I kind of go in with the trees, because the trees are kind of like, they can be like the next biggest thing. Pardon us trying to decorate around Mama G's house. Let's see, do we have room for a tree like this? These trees are so huge. Now, sometimes if you don't angle it, like if it's not on a diagonal, it will take up less space. I'm just having a hard time figuring out, I guess this is the not angled way? Is that right? I guess that's straight on. Oh, we could put a tree here. Oh, that might be good. I do think I might need to clear out that tiny little mushroom though, because that might be in our way. So let me water that mushroom and get it up out of our way. And then we can nicely place that little tree here. So going back to like the ancient vacuum over here, you can also use trees to hide things you don't want to see. So maybe things like, I don't know, your goofy stall. Sometimes you might not always want a goofy stall in a biome if it just doesn't really suit the look you're after. Again, decorating by Mama G's house is so annoying. All right, that looks really cute there. That frames this little porch area nicely. I think just that tiny little tree. And I love the little water feature here with the bugs on it. I think is so cute for Ray and Evangeline. So, yeah, I like that. That's looking cute. All right, so let's go and grab that beignet. I'm gonna buy it right from her stall here. And we're gonna add the little beignet on top of the table. So let's get that from Miss Tiana, because I think everyone who comes to sit outside of Tiana's would love to have some beignets. I could go for a whole plate right now, Tiana, if we're being honest. So let's put this out here. I do see a lot of questions also too about like how you can drop items and put them on the table and food. So you just have to drop it out of your pocket and then go into the furniture mode, and then you can just drag and drop it onto the table. So that's a cute little sitting spot for Ray and Evangeline, isn't it? I love it. So darling. So let's continue to decorate around here. Let's fill in this pathway next to the trolley station. So yeah, things like these little bushes, I don't always like to put on like a narrow section of the path like that, because it's an area where I'm frequently going to be walking and you can't walk through a bush like that, basically. So somewhere like next to the trolley here, where I'm not going to be walking as frequently, would be a better spot for, you know, just how I like to run around and play the game. So we'll put that there. Let's get some more rocks here. And we will begin to mix these in. I'd love to know if you guys are building anything while watching this video. What are you up to? What are you building? What are you working on the valley? Are you working on Star Path? I am nearly done. I think I can actually finish my Star Path today, so that'll be good. I thankfully got the new house, so I'm so excited to decorate that with chat on stream. Probably by the time you're watching this, though, I probably already decorated it on stream, so that VOD is probably up for your viewing pleasure. Okay, this is not gonna fit here, but I think we want this here. And then let's see if we can make this look natural. As natural as possible, but you know what we could add, sometimes I forget, because I'm typically so concerned with like covering up the edges of my path, that I sometimes forget about these bushes as well, because these can be good to fill in little sections like this, but I don't really like them for decorating my paths, because it doesn't really like cover the border of the path, and I don't like the shrubs like that on the path. I don't like to see the stem of the shrub in the way, so maybe we'll try that. Although I think what might be a little bit better is something like this, and then we'll just kind of stagger like two of these rocks here maybe. Let's see how they fit. Again, this is always kind of just like a puzzle for me. We could also try just turning the fern, see if that works out. That kind of works. That's not so bad. What is bad though is trying to decorate around Mama G's house. My goodness, absolutely awful. Okay, so we have that. Now we might want to do another shrub here. And then, let's see, maybe a fern in this area. See how I just go around? Once you have the items you know you're going to decorate with, you just kind of copy and paste and stagger them around, spread them around so they look natural. In the beginning of the game, I put these flower bushes everywhere. I am having such a hard time by Mother Gothel's house. I would put these flower bushes absolutely everywhere. Like, I literally lined the entirety of the river in the Glade of Trust down here, and it was just too much. Like, it looked kind of cool, but I would not be doing that now. There was a quest with Buzz Lightyear, I think, where you're like finding aliens in the valley, and trying to find the aliens was an absolute nightmare for me, because they would spawn under these bushes, and then I had to go around and pick up every single bush and check if there was an alien underneath. Yeah, not great times. So I don't really decorate with those as much anymore for that reason, because yeah, that was too much. That was way too much. But they did look cool surrounding all the little water features, but I can't go back to that. I can't go back to doing that again. It was too chaotic Having to clean all those up, and I think I don't think it was good for my item limit. That's when I was playing on Switch too, so that was another whole thing. So let's see, here we might want to do, I don't know, a fern might be too much because there's a lot of ferns here. It's really good to have a wide assortment of items you want to decorate with, because then it doesn't feel too repetitive or like, I don't know, it just makes it more visually interesting when you have like a few different options that you can scatter around. So maybe we'll fill it up like that. Let's try to take a closer look here. Might just want to angle this a little bit more if we can somehow. I kind of want it a bit more diagonal. Something like that would be good, but I think we need to move this. And then that goes there. That's cool. That works, that works. All right, so always while I'm decorating, I am swapping back into my little character mode so we can see how this is feeling, and I do like how this is looking. Now, since I added this, I'm gonna have to add more, because I pretty much will always add at least more, like more than one of each thing, just to kind of make everything feel intentional and like, I don't know, not like I forgot about it. So like stuff like this, I'll need to add another one, because right now there's just one, but I probably don't want one here just because it's so close in proximity to the one over here, and it just kind of starts to feel like a little bit boring if everything is like very samey all around. But I don't think the butterfly bushes apply to that, so we will put these more frequently, basically wherever I can fit them, I think, because they're cute. And I kind of haven't been using them as much. That's an item that I was decorating with a lot early on again, but kind of not so much anymore. I found that like a lot of the design choices I was making early on in the game, I don't really do as much anymore. I just kind of have continued to grow and change what, you know, I think looks best, and I feel like my design process has kind of evolved in playing the game, and we love that. Personal growth, we love to see it, even if it says silly as just, you know, how I like to decorate in this game. You know, we're always evolving. So let's put a fern here on the path. That is adorable. We're gonna use a, you know what? So see how I was just gonna put a rock there, but then I thought, no, I noticed there's a fern here, rock here, rock here. So what I think we want to do actually is make it diagonal, so it's a bit more interesting. So we'll do fern here, rock here, and then another rock cluster here if I can avoid copying the trees instead. There's too many giant trees in our way today, but they really make the glade feel like a glade, you know what I'm saying? So maybe we'll put this guy here. Very cute. See, again, I think we need to mix it up a bit because it's looking too samey. So we'll put this more like here, and then maybe we get rocks like this. Now, with the color palette, I think things like those purple bushes from the Forgotten Lands would be cool in this area, but I really want to stick with the green stuff. Tiana becomes a frog, so I'm sticking with the green as a color palette, and also just mixing in a bit of the purple. Green and purple is a color combination I really like. They are complementary colors in a way, so they do tend to look good. So that's another thing. Like, I always took a lot of art classes in school whenever I could take art as an elective. That is what I would choose. So having a good understanding of design and art and color palettes and all of that really does help to step up your designs too, because you kind of just, you're building a picture in a way, especially for Dream Snap. So having a good understanding of things like how to fill negative space, also decorating with like the rule of thirds and using things like, you know, using an odd number of items typically looks better than decorating things with an even number of items. But, you know, it's not always like words to live by, but a lot of times that is like, you know, some good rules of thumb there. So we have our cute little like trolley area. I think I'm just gonna leave the edges of the path like this going up to the train tracks. I don't think we need to fuss too much about that. Although we could put more of these rocks here, but I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to. Let's keep it cool. I only have 2 completely decorated biomes done so far in my valley, so I'm trying not to overly clutter everything up because I want to be able to fully design everything. Now back here, you might want to just add these little clusters of rocks, and you see how I'm constantly like copying and pasting things, but I'm always rotating it so it looks a little bit different, feels more natural. It's not just very repetitive copy and paste. It's intentionally laid out. So let's take a little stroll around. I'm liking how this little trolley area is feeling. We could also add in some more plants. I have a feeling I'm going to be cutting through this area, so I don't want to add bushes there, especially if there's like villagers in my way. It's good to have a few different ways you can get around, because like if a villager is standing here and that's the only way I can get through, I'm gonna get annoyed and I'm gonna scream at them. So best for myself and the villagers to not run into that issue. Now I think I want to copy and paste this little guy over here. So this is a kind of like what I'm doing here naturally is just kind of making whatever over here feel balanced over here, and same with this side. So I'm kind of doing like a crisscross design. I don't know, I'm sure there's a technical like art term for whatever that is, but I don't know it. All right, so I gotta get away from Mama G's tree. We have pretty much all of Tiana's place decorated here. I like how this little area is looking for Ray. Now things like the light posts are also things I like to just copy and paste and put around. Now bearing in mind that we have one there, we might not want to put one too close, but maybe one over here, kind of like on the edge of the path. Maybe something like that. It could also look cute in here, but it's not gonna fit. Maybe one here too. We kind of can't add too many lights. And I think these are cute because they have the little fireflies in them as well. Now, would we want anything back here? Probably not, because I'm probably going to cut through there like I said, but we might want one like over here by the trolley station, or even maybe a little bit over, just because I am thinking I'm probably going to be cutting through the little shortcuts I've left myself. So let's continue, just grab our items, bring them around. I've really been liking how the Glade has been turning out. Thank you guys for coming along for the process of it. I have a few more ideas for some of these kind of like slow build videos that I would like to do, but as always, if you guys have suggestions or ideas, definitely feel free to drop them in the comments or on Discord, because ultimately I want to make the content that you guys want to see also. So let's mix in little rock cluster there. Let's get ourselves a fern. Pop this in here. Very cute, just like that. Now I think we need one of these. And you kind of just like, once you start going, you kind of see like, all right, I need to put a rock here, that'll fit. It's good to have like a variation of size in items too, so that you can constantly mix things up and you have like all different size puzzle pieces basically that could fit in different areas. At least that's how I look at it. So we've got that. Maybe then we'll put little butterfly flower. I can't seem to click that one. Let's grab one of these actually. Pop this in here. Wherever it may fit. If it fits. Yeah, something like that. Let's grab one of these. Pop her in down here. Kind of want to add a rock in here because there's that little bit of a gap. But it's not too bad. We might just do this, but then the fern is kind of in the way, so we might just turn our fern. The ferns kind of have this like long branch. You see this one right here? That one, I'd usually turn the ferns just so that that will cover up the paths on edges like that. It is kind of cutting into the entryway, but we're just going to pretend that's not happening. We're not going to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Look, I'm the one to be worrying about it. If I am not worrying about it, y'all do not worry about it, okay? Those are words to live by, all right? If I'm not worried about it, y'all don't worry about it. All right? It's fine. It's intentional. All right? That one's intentional. Put a little rock there. Again, if I'm running through here, though, a rock like that might get on my nerves. But I think we have enough room. We'll add one of these here with a little stepping stone up to that mining node. I mean, I kind of only come down here to mine for star paths anyway because, I don't know, I'm pretty stocked up on materials at this point. We've been playing this game for over 2 years, I guess. So I have a lot of stuff on deck, although we did have a few moments where we sold a bunch of materials for some star coins. I was real desperate. So yeah, we don't really need to talk about all that though. Okay, so let's continue this. Put that there. I don't know if anything would be cute again around the well. Like we could do a sitting area or something, but I don't really think it's necessary. Decorating around this tree is horrendous though. I wish it would just like, I don't know, disappear while you're decorating or something, because nobody needs Mama G's tree in their face while they're trying to work in the glade. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. Would you guys want to move her house if you could? Like, I just kind of don't really care that Mama G's over here. Like, as long as she's not bothering me, we're cool, but she does get on my nerves, all right? With the constant insults, you know, you just can't, it just starts to get old. So here we might want this little short tree, this little short swamp tree. Maybe on the edge here if it fits. Yeah, that's cute. Kind of blends this little space with the trolley as well. I like that. Adorable. That's adorable. This is the first time I use the train tracks for everything. Train tracks, by the way, are from Eternity Isle. Pretty much anytime you see me use a path you like, it is probably from Eternity Isle. So y'all need to stop sleeping on your Eternity Isle stuff if you have Rift in Time. Because there's some great decor there. I just wish they would add some more paths and decor for Storybook Vale DLC, because there's just nothing over there. They didn't give us like any of the stuff, like the paths and the fencing for over there. I mean, there's some, but not nearly as enough or as good of a selection as we saw with Rift in Time. So I don't know. I gotta say, like, Storybook Vale wins for a lot of things, but when it comes to the path and the decor options, I don't know. I might have to give it up to Rift in Time for that, because it's just so good. All right, here I think we need some butterfly flowers. When are we gonna see butterfly flowers in other colors rather than purple though? Because, like, some blue ones would be cute. Yellow would be so cute. Pink. I mean, come on. Maybe some multicolor, like, wildflower looking ones would be so cute. Alright, this is how this is looking. I'm really liking it. Super cute. Now, I pulled out this clock, which doesn't look too bad there. I kind of just left it there because I didn't know where to put it. Maybe we'll tuck it, like, in this corner over here or something. I just kind of thought this would be cute. I always forget I have these clocks. These were in the premium shop at one point, and I just kind of never used them. They came in a bunch of different colors. I just forget about them. So I saw it there, and it's green, and it definitely goes with the Glade look. So I think we'll keep that there. We like it on the path, though. It might be all right on the path. It's kind of cute to see it in the back of the well when I arrive here. So I think we'll keep that. Now, I think we need some more swamp trees because I think I'm just going to fill up this area back here with trees. I do have room to put a house there, but I think we have enough buildings and stuff going on down here. I don't think we need all that so much. So I think we're just going to fill this area with some trees. Again, I like to keep my trees, like, on the outskirts of the biomes most of the time. But you don't want to cluster up too many trees so that they are in the way of, like, you getting to your mining nodes and stuff. So we'll just add in a few trees here. You don't even have to do too many. Like, just this is kind of enough. And I don't want to hide Tiana's little water tower here. So we'll leave that. We might want to add, you know, shrub on the ground or two. Now, bear in mind when you have these, like, open areas here, you might need to get back here. Because, like, what if a moonstone chest is back there? You, first of all, want to see it, but also you want to be able to get to it. So leave some empty spaces like this where you can get around back there and it's not going to cause you a big headache. So we'll put in just a few bushes. Maybe we'll mix in one of these two just so we can say we did. We might even want to put one of these, like, on the base of the water tower. Kind of make it look like it really belongs here, or I don't know, I don't really like that actually. Maybe we add yeah, something like that, and then one of these. So yeah, that looks cool. I'm happy with that. So let's grab one of these. We need to start working on blending our path over to the market here. So turn this maybe we'll kind of stagger it off the path like that and add in one of these little guys. Again, it's all about just kind of like figuring out the puzzle. Where do the pieces fit? What looks best? This might be a good section to add in a little rock rug there just to kind of blend in the corner. And then we can mix in the rocks here on the edge. Might do a little fern here. So yeah, you don't have to think all too much about placing your decor for, like, as far as foliage and stuff. I think the best thing to do is just figure out your color palette. What are you trying to build? Look at the natural stuff in the biome, the houses you want to use, the color palette of the rocks, the color greens that are in the biome. If there is green, you know, areas like the glittering dune, there is no, like, grass, so you don't have to worry about that. But you might want stuff that is sandy or makes sense to be out in the desert. Things that are spooky and things like the Forgotten Lands, you know, it just makes sense. And ultimately, it's like up to you and what you think looks best. But these are just the things, again, that I consider when I'm making these decisions. So hopefully this is helpful. Let's clean up this little mushroom here. I love the feeling of like once the biome is kind of like starting to finally take shape and be decorated, because it takes me a while before I start decorating. I do let the houses and stuff kind of sit for a while until I finally decide, okay, I'm ready. But once you finally have a little bit of the area decorated, I don't know, I love it. I love just like coming to the newly decorated spaces and just running around in them, like just fully enjoying them and taking advantage of it. I love to see the villagers hanging out over in the new builded areas. It just, I don't know, it makes the valley feel so much more magical and special, so I do like that. Let's add a little rock here in front of this little cottage. You know, maybe this is Goofy's little fishing shack. I don't know. This is where he keeps his supplies. Goofy is a jack of all trades in the valley. I commend him for that. I probably wouldn't say Goofy's like one of my favorite characters, but he is very valuable in Dreamlight Valley. So we gotta give him his props, alright? We gotta give Goofy his props where his props are due. This might be a little weird because we can't put stuff under the boat here, it looks like. Can I put this, though? I could put that, so that solves that problem. Just a slight problem, nothing too worrisome. So we'll just do rocks there. That kind of makes sense, too, like a little rocky continuation of the path. And then I think one of these overlapping would be quite nice on the edge here. Maybe not in the middle, but off to the side is a little bit more natural in my opinion. I don't know if we can fit this. We can't fit that. But maybe a little butterfly flower. No, we can't fit that either. Oh, we could fit it here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And then maybe one of these. Maybe will it fit? No, it won't fit. It won't fit. It won't fit. It's not too bad. Maybe we can just scooch this over. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Some other little accessories would be cute here. Maybe like crates. Maybe we'll add in some crates. I see that there are crates on this house already. We don't have a lot of like fishing decor though, do we? We really don't. I think I've been using a lot of the crate clusters, but we'll add in this one here. Maybe we'll add in like 2 here. I think I'm quite low on them. Because I've also been decorating Storybook Vale a little bit. So more decorating to come over there. Something else I want to add is the Vitalis Mines lamp, which is an item I wanted for a while. That little lantern you see on the crate there. This is cute. It adds more lighting to the area, especially in the evening. It's just a cute little item. So we'll add in some of those. What other kind of like fishing stuff do we have? I keep looking at these because I don't know. I feel like they might work, but I might need to save those for something else. I don't actually know if you can order more of those crates either. What's some fishing related stuff? There's that little Goofy cooler. Let me look at Mickey and Friends. Actually, I think it's in Wally. Wally. I do sort my items a lot, like search through items by the furniture collection too. So that can be quite handy as well, but you do have to know where stuff comes from, basically. I'm looking for that little cooler. Maybe I don't have one. This one. Yeah, this I feel like this is like what my grandpa would take to go fishing all the time. A cooler like this, bring his lunch in. So I feel like one of those is kind of cute. And then, I don't know. What else is like fishing related supplies? Let's have a look through. Let's go back to that. Let's look through Mickey and Friends and Wally again. Because I think we might find some stuff here. Or we can just leave it how it is. I think like, maybe like some dropped rope could be cute, but I have to go in my house for that. But some rope on the crates would be kind of cute there. Just like, you know, adding little personal touches and things like that can add a lot of personality to little areas like that. Probably gonna tweak this a little bit. I'm not so sure about the items I placed here. I need some more fishing related items definitely around that house. So we have this. This is looking good. This is looking good. I don't really know all what I want to do with the market. So let's pause on that and maybe work a little bit more on like framing houses and stuff so you guys can get a better understanding. Not Gaston just flexing in front of that house. Here, let me show you a little bit more of my process. Not to just bring Gaston back up, but let's go into camera mode. Oh gosh, here he comes. So again, we're talking about filling negative spaces. You can see a lot of those pink trees I have in the peaceful meadow that I definitely want to cover up with a big tree. A lot of trees on the outside of your biome is very helpful. That's something I noticed on like Storybook Vale. The biomes feel very like cozy and you can't really see the biomes like the other biomes other than the one you're in, and I like that. So I've been trying to mimic that kind of feel in my valley too. So I don't want to see the beach from the glade, you know. I don't want to see the glade from my beach maybe. I mean, you know, it kind of kills the vibe for me. So this will put like a tree here. I definitely need to get all these sticks out of the way, but we could also kind of nestle a tree there and fill up some space in his yard, which could be cool. Maybe we'll turn this a little bit so it's not, see how the tree is like really over the path, and that can be quite annoying. It can be nice to walk through, don't get me wrong, it definitely can add to the vibe, but you can also turn it so it has more of the path exposed, and then it won't feel like you're running into trees and stuff like that all the time. Now we're gonna frame the house. So I like how this looks. See how the tree just kind of naturally extends around the curvature of Mickey's house? So that looks perfect there to me. It also kind of hides these like floating rock things, which I don't know why they added all these weird floating rocks. Maybe that was like an Easter egg for the floating islands to come, but I don't know. I think they could have done without all these random things floating in the sky. It's a bit weird. Let's be honest. There we have a gap here. See where I see those palm trees? I don't love that. So what we might want to do is tree there. It's feeling a bit too repetitive though. What does that other large swamp tree look like? Because there's like a large swamp tree and then there's like a wide swamp tree. I don't know. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of trees, but somehow there's not always enough trees. Okay, that one's bigger than this one, right? Are they even actually different? They really aren't looking too different to me. I think we're gonna put this one in the front and another one of these in the back. Maybe I'll take the wide tree. That can be helpful too, like layering the foliage, layering the plants. It's typically a good idea to do your designs with like the largest items in the back and then shorter items in the front. Just, you know, stuff that makes sense. Stuff that makes sense. Let's move these flowers. I've been liking making little areas to contain all of the flowers in the biomes, so I don't know where we could do that. Hey, I guess we could have something like that in front of Mickey's house. I don't really know what to do in front of Mickey's house here. I don't really know what goes along with the look we're going for and this whole, like, swamp thing. I don't really have ideas for his house. We might just decorate it naturally with, like, plants and stuff. And keep it moving. So that's how I would, like, frame around Mickey's house. You could also add, like, a tree over here, too. So really, like, sticking with the trees on the exterior of the area. Now, you could also put trees, like, in the middle of the path and, like, remove a bit of the path and then put a tree in the middle. You could definitely do that. I think I've done that sometimes. I don't even know. I feel like I've done so many builds, I can't even keep them all straight. All right, we've got all of Tiana's restaurant and the trolley station decorated. I do also want to mix in these banana and cocoa bean trees throughout the area. So maybe we'll put like some of these back here. I like to put the trees like on the edges of the path where I kind of like run by and can just grab whatever if I want to. I like to spread them out. I know some people like to make like a farm and have like a little orchard of all the trees by each other. I like them spread around. I think they're kind of cute. And I feel like I will naturally just kind of grab snacks from them as I'm running around. Let's see. I don't know if there's anywhere else we could hide a tree. Little fruit trees there. Let's go back to Tiana's house. Let's go back to our view at Tiana's house. See how much fuller and lush it feels around Mickey's house. Might even want to add some more trees, but we won't sweat it. We won't sweat it. So here in front of Tiana's house, I kind of like that you can see the trolley in the back. I don't know if I really care about seeing the main entrance to the park's entrance item. So we might want to put like a big tree in that corner too. Again, I don't mind if we see the trolley. I think the trolley looks kind of cute, but I'm not so much liking seeing the park entry. So we might just want to have a big tree here. Looking cute anyway. I like how that's extending nicely over the roof of her house actually. So we'll put something like that there. And then maybe we'll grab a short tree here and pop this in space there. That fits quite nicely. Like how, ooh, I feel like we are transported to like Louisiana over here. I mean, come on. I feel like I'm back in New Orleans. All right, that's cool, that's cool. Let's grab a fern. This here. What would we want to put in front of Tiana's house? I feel like Louisiana's like, you know, make a pitcher of lemonade, go sit out on the porch in your rocking chair. Like, I feel like that's the kind of vibes here. You know what I just noticed though? We actually don't have the ability to make like lemonade. A little pitcher of lemonade would be such a cute little craftable item. I mean, we have sugar cane, we have lemons, we have water. We could totally make some lemonade in the valley, but we don't have a recipe for it. I kind of think I need that now, especially with summer coming up. That would be a cute little addition to the builds. A little pitcher of lemonade. All right, we'll do that. Let's grab our short little friend over here, this guy. Pop this in here. And then I think we need to add some butterfly flowers. If possible, they just look so cute. Do we have room? We might not have room here. We might be able to pop one right there next to her house. I don't have many ideas for like what to put in front of Tiana's house. I feel like most of the decorations just like, you know, go to the restaurant instead. Go to the restaurant to get the vibe. Oh, let's bring the path under there. I didn't realize it was like that. All right, that's cool. So we have that going for us. Let's grab this. I feel like we're gonna need this kind of catty corner here. So we'll put that there. Mix in some of these. Maybe one of these here. We just kind of, you know, continue just doing whatever we feel looks best. Might want to mix this a little close, or put this here. It's also important to remember, like, that you need to access the water for fishing. So I do tend to use a lot of these items you can, like, step on or step over in the fishing areas. Just so it's again, I'm not trying to annoy yourself with your decorations to the point that it's like you can't even play. You know, the whole point of it is to be able to still play. So consider that too. All right, this is a situation. This is a situation I'm not loving. Let's try this and then this little guy. We'll put that there. That works, that works. Now I'm thinking like the frogs here, like Tiana and Naveen. I was gonna put like a lot of frogs because I love the frog plushies. They're so cute. Wait. What is that? Why is that moving when I move the frog? What? That is so weird. What? Why is it doing that? I don't know about that, y'all. That's really, really weird. All right, we're gonna have the two frogs there. I kind of want to mix in some more of this water foliage. I removed so much water foliage when I was decorating on Switch because there's just no reason to be adding water foliage when your item count can only handle so much. So I wasn't really using it, but now we can go all out with it. Let's add in some more cattails. Layer those in here. I don't really like having the cattail like that, like in the middle. It looks better to me on this kind of like algae spot. I feel like that's where it would more naturally be. I also don't think you always want it to be in the areas where the fishing hole is, because it can remove fishing holes, basically. If you have like this whole thing filled with decor, there'll be nowhere to fish. So you don't want to go too overboard. It's a delicate balance, my dear. Delicate balance. So we'll do that. I don't really like that there's 4. Because again, I typically like to add things in an odd number. Because that's typically how things occur in nature, you know? So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Now, what would be cute in between the frogs? What else is from Princess and the Frog? I don't know. Maybe we'll just have him chilling there. A little tiara item would have been cute, but we don't have anything like that. I don't really want to use that because I have it in front of her restaurant. Dang, that's kind of it. Wait, let me do Princess and the Frog. Princess and the Frog, where are you? Where are you? Where is it? I can't stand this menu, guys. Just please make it alphabetical. Let me sort that alphabetically. I can't find anything. Oh, a chest. Oh, a chest could be cute here. A chest with the frogs could be cute. I think we need to center these guys a little better. Or maybe I can have the frogs kind of slightly in front of the chest. Although I don't really know what am I gonna put in this chest? I don't remember the chest being in the movie, actually. Like, was this chest relevant in the movie? I don't know. Is that weird? I wish I could put like a heart or something. I don't know. What would I put in here? It's so small. Maybe just a spot to drop fish, or like I could put in things like the lobster or squid, like stuff to feed the crocodiles. That could be kind of handy, although I don't know if I like the chest there. If that's the case and I want to put like stuff to feed the crocs, we might put the chest over here by the dapper croc. I don't really like the chest sitting there. Feels a little out of place, but to be honest, it kind of is. But I don't know what else to put in front, like between the frogs. What are frogs into? I don't know. I do not know. By the way, this chest is from Storybook Vale. I feel like I get questions about items all the time. Where's stuff from? There's no kind of sorcery. I don't have access to items you don't have. I mean, unless you don't have the DLCs. Unless you don't have the DLC, but there's no funny business. There's no weird items or anything. Yeah, maybe we have... I don't know. The chest is just not working. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, Sab. In between our frogs, though. I don't know. I just want them to look like they're in love. You know what could be cute? I know exactly what we need. I know exactly what we need. It's gonna make the world of difference. Can I find it, though? Can I find it, though? I think I'm in the wrong menu. I'm in the wrong menu. Let's try the trees. Stuff is just not sorted how I would sort it. Let's see. Is it here? This is what I'm looking for. Wait, that's not what I'm looking for. Where's the log you can sit on? This one. A log. Because wouldn't it be cute to have a villager sitting there and then there's the frogs in front of it too? That's kind of cute. That's really cute. Alright. Honestly, I would probably use this to like layer on the path too and be kind of like a bench in the biome as well. I think this will be cute. I'm just worried about this. I think we need a little more space here. I think we need to open this up. I think we need to move our frogs a little bit away from the water so we can move this. Let's check this out. Oh, that's cute! Like, just imagine Tiana sitting here, or Stitch or something. I'm having a hard time being able to sit. I don't know. Why can't I sit? Why can't I sit? I couldn't sit before either. I couldn't sit on this stool before either. Oh, of course now it works immediately. That's really, really weird. Villagers should be able to sit on it. I think you would sit on it either way, too. I mean, this is the front. That's exactly how it came out. So, we'll maybe have to move that. I don't know. I think something funny is going on with trying to sit right now. I don't know. Alright, let's add in our foliage around the pond here. Maybe we add one of these. We might add in this as well. This might be cute to be under the frogs. Frogs. Anybody have frogs as their favorite animal? There's gotta be somebody. Aren't the frog plushies so cute? These, by the way, you get from doing Tiana's quests if you've not done them for some reason. Get on it. Her quests are actually really cute. You get to do a whole, like, Mardi Gras party, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good time with Tiana. We're not surprised. That's why she rules. Alright. Spread our little lily pads out. Little lily pads. Maybe one of these here. Let's make it feel real cozy around the pond. Add in a little thing there. Might want to do a rock rug here too, just because it's a long strip of path that's straight. And I can kind of put it close to the water, like, oh, it's intentional, like it's just a little lead up to the pond here. So that works. Do that. We'll throw in another fern here. I love the ferns. The ferns are key. If you're not decorating with the ferns on the path, try it. Try it. You might think they're oogly or something, but try it. They're so handy. Now we're gonna do that kind of diagonal thing, so I think having one of these over here behind the cattails especially is kind of cute, because it just adds more volume to this area around the path, around the pond rather. By the way, you see this line here? See this like round line when I move around? That is caused by this house over here. Don't mind my plaza or my meadow. It's caused by this big round house here. It's so annoying. If you place this house down, it gets that weird like visual bug, and I need them to fix that. Cause I bought the house, I'm not gonna not use it, but it is quite annoying that it makes that weird thing happen around the valley, and I know it's that house because as soon as I got it, it started doing it, and it's the same shape as that house. So I need that fixed, please and thank y'all. All right, we'll throw that there. Maybe we'll do a butterfly flower in the midst over here too. It's kind of getting lost behind the cattails. That there. Very cute, very cute. This area right here is screaming for a fern. I just know it is. All right, might throw in one of these here as well, just because I'm running out of ideas. Running out of ideas a little bit here. If y'all have more questions about foliage that I didn't answer, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I want to continue to make more of these like slow build style videos. They might focus on like certain design aspects or topics, but they might also just evolve into me also just kind of decorating off stream, because I think that's kind of nice too. Just, you know, I don't know. I just want to give y'all a lot of content to watch, so that would be another way to add more decorating to the channel without it being on stream. I'll throw a bush there. Look how cute that looks around the pond. What a transformation from the start to the finish. I mean, come on. We definitely change it up. I don't know why I can't sit on the bench there. We'll see if anyone eventually does. If no one does, it's not a big deal. I still think that's cute as just the log. Alright, I don't think there's much I wanted to add in front of Tiana's house. Again, we might want to leave this area accessible so I can fish over here. So you don't want to crowd up your ponds and stuff like this. I can't really... I mean, you can fish here, but you could also fish just from the bridge. So it's not too big of a deal, but just more things to consider. Don't play yourself with your bush and tree placement. Use them wisely. So I think I'm just going to finish this little transition area here next to Donald's house. I don't really have ideas outside of Donald's house. I don't know. I really tend to decorate mostly with like foliage items rather than furniture items around my valley. Just, I feel like it looks more natural. It makes more sense to have mostly like plants and stuff outside rather than like couches and stuff like that. I mean, there's a time and a place where I think that works, but for me, the time and the place is pretty much never. All right, we could just say that. Respectfully, but you do you. It's your, again, as I said before, like, it's your valley. You do what you want. sometimes I put stuff like that outside, but typically, no. Typically, I'm not the type. I'm not that girl out here doing that. Mix in a little rock. Turned here. Let me move this. I want to put all the flowers somewhere. Maybe I'll fence them in around Mickey's house. I'm not sure. Not too sure what to do there for that little mouse. You can also use trees to cover up paths. I feel like I used to do that a lot more than I do anymore. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I think I just realized I prefer the trees to be like as out of the way as possible, so I'm not annoying myself running around, and I guess that's why I stopped. Put that there. That might be a little tight getting back into that mining node, but I think it'll be fine. Again, I pretty much only come down here to mine and stuff when there's star paths going on, so we won't sweat it. I mean, of course, there's always Dreamlight duties, which I am a complete slacker. I'm a complete slacker. I think I literally have 15 Dreamlight right now. I have not gotten all of the floating islands. Still, I don't have all the floating islands. I know. I would like to get them eventually, but I'm trying to get all this Dreamlight, and I've been mining and having to make a ton of mining potions, so it's just not been happening. So we get there when we get there, you know? Let's put in some butterfly bushes. Oh, did we? Oh yeah, we put that around the little pond too. I was gonna say, we definitely need that. We'll just fill in this little landscaping area in front of Donald's house a bit. Put a little butterfly bush here. Maybe one over here is kind of cute. And you can also use foliage to strategically kind of plan where stuff can spawn. Like, if you know you don't want stuff spawning in an area, if you put like a bush in the middle, then it might not have room for anything to spawn. So use your plants and your foliage to your advantage there, because that can definitely help. Let's see, like maybe we want one there. And then I think we want to add in rock clusters here. Hope we have enough room. That looks about good. Good. Okay. So maybe this will fill this little spot. Just hope that little rock is not in my way. And then we gotta transition the path down from the meadow too, which I typically like to just add lots of foliage there too. I like the paths to look like overgrown and stuff like this. It makes sense for this biome because it is very woodsy. I am still undecided about this truck being here. I think if it's here, we need to make the path maybe go all the way under the car. I just don't know. Maybe we'll do that. I think it makes more sense. Kind of like, I don't know, Goofy's probably a crazy driver. Wait, I kind of remember that in the Goofy movie. Doesn't he drive with his feet? Goofy would totally just come whipping around the Glade and like park his truck like willy-nilly on the curb like that. Okay, that does make a lot more sense. That does make a lot more sense. All right, we'll finish the path this way. And we should be moving and grooving and cruising. Yeah, I haven't seen the Goofy movie in a while, but I think Goofy drives with his feet. Or am I remembering how Max, his son, drives? I think that's how Goofy drives. I mean, that's just the nature of Goofy. Just being Goofy and making it weird. We have to remember that the vacuum is there, so I need to get back to that, but we could probably sneak in a bush there. And then maybe we want one of these. Oh gosh, so many trees. All in the way. Okay. For some builds, you might want to add trees in last. Because it can be very tricky to try to, like, decorate around them. Or you might want to just move it to the side while you're doing little details like this. So you can see what you're actually doing. You know, that's always helpful for a good design. Be actually able to see what's happening. So we can still get to that. Maybe we'll put one of these. I don't think it will fit. Nah, it won't fit. It won't fit. Alright, we got Goofy's truck here. The path here got a little awkward when I decided to put the cocoa bean tree here, but nothing a fern can't solve. No problem a fern can't solve. So we'll throw that there. Throw this here. Alright, and then I might try this here. Now I won't really be able to reach across this pebble here or step on it to get to the cocoa bean tree, but I think it's alright. I can still get it. I can still totally get that. It's cool. And again, I like that cocoa bean tree. It's a little smushy in front of Goofy's house, but I like that it covers the vacuum in the back. I could try sneaking this back a little bit. Yeah, so it's not so intrusive. And maybe we'll move this around a little bit. I don't really want the path going up under the tree. I don't really like that look for right here. Maybe that, and then maybe this. Here, and maybe this. Oh no, okay, I was gonna say, why wouldn't it fit there? Why wouldn't it fit there? Okay, let's grab one of these. This in front of his house. He's got all these green things around his house, which are fine in the Glade, but they are a much more vibrant green than we're using. We're kind of using this like olive army kind of green down here. So I would like to stick more with that kind of green than the really bright, vibrant greens. Alright, I think we'll keep that straight on, and then we'll put a little rock in here. If it fits. Yes, it does. Let's grab one of these shrubs. We are just moving along here. Pop this in the back. A little filler. Then I feel like we're gonna need one of these somewhere over here just because the path gets a little tricky. All right, we got a dig spot here, so we need to clean that up. Let me grab that with my shovel. I think I need to get the Tiana's tool set finally. I haven't bought it. I have it pinned in my premium shop along with the Mulan tool set. I need to get those, but I feel like for like the same price, maybe less, you can get a whole house. And I'd rather have the houses in the game, so I don't know, that's just me, but the Tiana tool set is very cute, and I would like to get that eventually. So I'll get it eventually. For sure we will. Alright, will this guy fit in here? He will not. This here instead then, and pop this little guy. That works perfectly actually. I love when that works out like that. Put little clusters on the edge of this. I just don't like it to look so blocky, so I like to just layer more stuff. It's all about the layer in here, okay? You know, think of it as like we're making some nachos, right? Like, loaded nachos with a lot of stuff on it is a lot better than just nachos with cheese. So, you know, we gotta add in all the toppings. You know, we got the beans, the cheese, the sour cream, the taco sauce. You know, you have an assortment. You know, a little something for everybody in there. Guys, I don't know what I'm saying, but it's gotta make sense to have some food analogies to somebody. So there you go. Keep that in mind. Make it like nachos. Make your valley like nachos. It'll turn out great. Nobody will be upset about that. I think I'm gonna put this here too. I might do this too. She's just gonna make this a really loaded path. Now I have that idea in my mind. I'm like, yeah, we're making some loaded nachos. Load it up, Sav. Put all the stuff on those nachos. We like to see it. All right, let's put one of these here. Again, it's gonna cover up some of the stuff going on the beach, which there's not much going on my beach right now, let's be honest. I've not been doing a whole lot with the beach. Do we want one of these on the edge of the path here too? Might be doing it too much, you know? Like, there's a point when you're making your nachos when there's like too many jalapenos. You know, we don't need it to be too spicy with too many rock rugs. So just, you know, the right amount of jalapenos is what you're after. I guess I'm getting hungry. Is that why I've just started talking about nachos? Or are nachos just supreme? I think they are. Let's still... Yeah, we're getting a lot of the same stuff here. So we need to mix it up a bit. Might do little rocks here. Maybe even rotate that one again there. And then I think we need one of these. This little bit. Just kind of fill that up. And then let's grab a butterfly flower. Butterfly flower. Beautiful. Okay. Pop that in there. So this episode's gotten pretty long because anytime I start decorating, it's kind of hard to stop. But I think we should have this be a pause point here. I'm not sure if there's any other topics you want me to cover that I could cover while decorating the rest of this area, or if I might just finish this up like either on stream or just playing on my own later. But look at what a transformation we've made just with adding the foliage around the path, because that's pretty much all the decor I added really here, and it's just made such a world of difference adding the trees, the rocks, all the pebbles, you know, all the nacho toppings we could ask for. Jafar, if you're waiting for a table, get in line, sir. You are not VIP at this establishment, all right? Oh, Mirabelle, she's out here chilling, eating some beignets. Oh, this is so cute and cozy. Oh. Was it something I said? What? Oh, okay. Oh, we're cool? Oh, okay. Good. I love this. This is so cute. Sitting over here with Mirabelle. So cute. She must love the butterflies on the fountain. I love that. We'll let her enjoy her time. I wish that these would all just be on all the time because it looks so cute with the little firefly animation. I love how this has come along. I was thinking about adding seating here, like outdoor seating for Tiana's, but I don't think we need it, and I think it's going to be too hard for me to walk around. I think just the fountain is all we needed, and then we have the well on this side of the trolley station, which is looking so stinking cute. We'll leave access to the mining node there. That's very important. We have our path coming along this way into this little market area. I need more, like, fishing clutter up there. And yeah, we have the rest of this market to fill up, which doesn't have a whole lot of room to work with. I think I'm just gonna leave the path like really open and just have lots of like little cluttery bits, but not too much in the way. And then we have the Haunted Mansion and Mickey's house, and I definitely need to spread out a bunch more of these trees around the biome, so it'll help to fill up some space that way. Although, yeah, we could put like some of those trees here and stuff, so that'll be good. Let's just clear this spot here. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and continuation. Oh, why can she sit there but I can't? Why can Penelope sit there? Okay, that is such a cute little spot, though. Oh, little Sven. Such a cutie. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing how I add, you know, how I figure out the color palette for the biome, how I decide what foliage and trees to use, and how I go about placing them all. It's all about just mixing them up, change the directions. We have angle decorating for a reason, so take advantage of it. Mix up the angles and the way you place the items. Why do I feel like Jafar's about to try to hypnotize her to get a good table? All right, she doesn't work here. Oh my gosh, she's doing it anyway. Jafar is too funny. This is really like, I'm really liking this. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you have any other topics you want to see me cover in videos like this, let me know. I'm more than happy to add little tidbits of helpful information into these slow builds. More to come. So definitely make sure you have liked and subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.